What's up, guys? Mike in the building. Hope you guys had a great day. I'm just going to go over a couple trades today. IVP, which was a loss for me. I thought this was going to be a potential, maybe a potential liquidity trap, but I guess maybe too far out, or it simply just did not. It did not do what it was supposed to do. I really wanted to see these 1780s really hold up and firm, and unfortunately, it did not do that. Okay, so taking some ads up here against that level because this went up only. I'm not going to chase. So I did add and accumulate above this level and eventually just had to stop out as it was coming down and break down. I thought we were going to have some initiation off this 942 candle. And then if you're looking at the book too, this is that open, that up only, and this is that consolidation area. I thought potentially that maybe whoever this bidder was or front runner who was there for a little bit with 85K and then 45K underneath that would hold that up, but that did not happen. Ended up having to stop out, and then I don't want to get caught into a little sandwich right there. So that one, unfortunately, just didn't work, and that's okay. CPOP was another phenomenal one. This actually made my day, as along with EBS. Okay, CPOP did exactly very similar moves to yesterday. So if you traded CPOP yesterday, you were familiar with the tape, how it was trading, and how spready it could have gotten, and also how it was just pretty much ripping. And to me, it looks like it was just maybe potentially blowing out some shorts. These 630s was an important level, as you can see right here, how they had this passive order right here on the book, and eventually someone removed this liquidity on the book, and then it pulled back to a previous area of interest with these 630s. But not only was that a key level, right? So combining where we're trading at, CPOP key level to me right there was again 630s. So this actually popped up on some decent volume, pulled back, and it put a little doji right here on the 5, which is fine. But this consolidation with lighter volume, and then some more initiation followed by no actual breakdown or the book not getting heavy to me, right? And if you actually see this setup right here, this pattern, they did a lot of control where they had offers, pulled them, and then eventually this 7 offer right here was the one to actually break. And once it did that, it kind of broke out and went straight to a halt. Okay, that's what you're seeing that happened right here. It halted up, and then after the unhalt, put in another leg and actually went for new highs. That one was really great. I was able to get some really nice sells off on this one on CPOP. These are here's some of the sells right here. I was able to get some off at 837s, and then actually got a nice top tick on that one, which is really, really cool. If you see on the book, all coming from these 635 adds to nonetheless 635s right here. I don't know why there we go. But yeah, 635 ads, super cool prints on this one, which was the area to hold. What was cool about this one again too was when this thing started to pop up here against, I really thought this was going to go for 10, but there was an area in a moment, if you're watching the book, that they actually threw up some bids. They sandwiched this right here. You'll see the offer and the bid, and that's when I was able to make that split decision. Once I saw no more appetite on the best offers, and I flattened my position for the rest right there. That was a great play, understanding the price action again from yesterday. EBS, this was another great one. All right, this one was so different. As I've been studying the book over and over and over again, as you can see, this one has so much control with its liquidity, trading in this nice, beautiful channel. But as you deep dive and you kind of zoom into the book right here, this was actually trading a lot different than our normal low floaters or pennies. All right, there was a lot of liquidity being pushed and pulled, but push and pulled in a way that it was sustaining its price action and actually breaking out. Okay, so EBS was really cool. It was a different Jackson, stop playing with the door. This one was really cool in the sense that this was like a fresh daily. There wasn't a lot of after hour or pre-market structure holding this one down. So once this started to break out and go parabolic, this had consistent volume on the 5 and eventually peaked out. I'll probably be looking for a continuation play on this one. Let me see. Yeah, I'll probably look for a continuation play. I always like a nice mid candle pullback and a retest eventually of definitely VWAP right here and potential the close for today. Trading this one though, and actually understanding this one, once you mark out your zones and you have them, or you understand where we're trading at and understand when volume is coming in, it's very important to see if it's going to stay consistent and then eventually kind of open up, right? If there's consistent volume and it's not breaking down and it's soaking, this is when you need to get prepared. Okay, what happens if we break over 210, which 210s were the ads on this one, and then going from there 235s, all right? And then if you start breaking down your supply and demand, or you break down some zones, like right here, and run this across, where are we trading? Why are we trading into it? So this is a clear area of supply where this tried, failed, tried again, and then really broke down, made new lows. And now we're kind of getting that volume we need to actually break through these levels, right? And after that, what's the next level? There's an obvious pivot and a floor, or sorry, a ceiling right here. So this is an obvious area to me on the daily. So this was great. One of the PTs on this one was definitely 280s. And then after that, to me, it's like 280s. Why not try for $3? Because once we start to open up, we have some space right here to fill. Okay, potentially, right? You never know until you actually see the tape, volume, and things like that. But the book again was really, it was so different. You seeing that the algo to me is pushing and pulling, or MMs, either or, doesn't matter. It was really nice to see this type of price action. You kind of see the empty space as it's starting to increase or pull back, right? So it's either ripping with empty space or pulling back and actually catching bid supports or testing previous areas. But you can see them pull. It's so cool. They push and pull this liquidity on the offer and the bid side as this thing is starting to go, and it peaks out, and you're actually going to see where it kind of changes that character, where it's not really doing what it was doing down here all the way up, and then eventually up here. And you can see it start to just channel back downwards. Okay, so that was really cool, understanding how they're auctioning that price. Ads on for that one were right there. That was yeah, 210s, and then I got 295s, 294s, and 320s, and 316s, and 313s off. Really good trade for me, nonetheless. Actually talked to someone today too. Super cool. We had a conversation of transitioning from scalping a lot to actually holding for moves. It is hard. There's no easy way around it. It's just understanding what dailies that could potentially give out a good R, and then being in plays over and over again. I can't tell you how many times I'm in a trade where I see something rip and I'm like, I'm up really nice, and then it comes down to I try to move my stop up where I get a little bit of the pie, but I've seen it so many times, so I understand which ones are holding, or which ones are better to hold for that move, and which ones are better to actually take my profits and run. Just getting familiarized with dailies and gap percents, and actually be willing to hold through a lot of the chaos or whippiness until things catch, right? You always want to have a good risk too, the cool thing is that sometimes you don't have to be super aggressive, right? CPOP was a 3-point move. This was $1 per share, so I got a lot of points today, right? You don't need to go crazy size, but you can learn how to accumulate to a nice size position and then get paid once you get a nice return. That's really cool. Really different. So a lot of practice, right? You got to practice. You got to categorize. You got to build some data. You got to understand which setup is good for a good return versus other setups that might look good but are really not good at all. So understanding how the daily's setting up, and then what a possible good return could come from that particular setup versus anything that can look pattern based, really, right? Huge transition, but well worth it. All right, guys, much love. Peace out, Mikey.